Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where you can get the real and the team reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. And welcome back to our Big Brother coverage. Today, we're going to be going through the lovely events of the veto episode, and also the honestly crazy events of the last 48 hours of waffling, because Jesus Christ, there are so many scenarios, and it is just
There's so many what, Jack? There's so many what?
Scenarios.
Exactly. Thank you. But really quick before we go ahead and run through that. Hi, my name is Jack. I am the resident game designer of the panel, and I'm mainly here today to just make a charcuterie board. In fact, our waffle flavor of the week is a lovely almond-based flour traditional waffle, some blue cheese, some lovely meats and cheeses on top, an olive, and then, just some jalapenos to teach someone a lesson about manhood. Because we needed that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have some lovely water.
But if you weren't drinking out of that, what would you be drinking it out of, Jack?
Oh, I don't know. Just like a cup mug?
Yeah.
Cup mug.
I'll toast to that.
We're going to have to explain that. Well, you can get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That is lanagcreations.etsy.com. The link is, in fact, down in the description below. Get your cup mug. There are no excuses, especially if you are in the U.S.
If you live in Brazil, we're sorry. Beside the point. Hi, everybody. I'm Brook, and I'm passionate about pop culture. I'm sending all of my love to Ashley Hollis in these troubling times, full of indecisiveness and swamp ass. Truly, we must manifest that our queen will be able to beat Captain Swamp Ass and keep herself in the house come tomorrow night. I am drinking water, and I'm also eating Red Robin, which I've never had before, so I'm intrigued.
Red Robin, yum.
Yum.
Hi, I'm back. Sorry I've been away for a minute. I was talking with Lauren and had to wait for her to make a decision before I was able to come back to the pod, so that's why it's been so long.
Endurance challenge, talk to Lauren.
Yeah. I mean, I lasted a long time. There's still 3 people going. That's why I wasn't here for a week.
Yeah, you ate.
Just, like it usually goes when you have a job. Just people just disappear on the regular. They're just evicted. All the normal stuff.
Yeah. I got evicted and won the BB Zombie Battle Back Lollapalooza Jamboree.
Exactly.
And I'm drinking water. And I'm the resident ex-brother covering the season of Big Brother. Did I miss a beat? I probably.
Maybe, but we're doing great. We're doing lovely. But before we go ahead and get
into
Mortician. Before we go ahead and get into the actual episode, you can subscribe below for Big Brother coverage. We are here basically every 48 hours at this point. Tomorrow, we will be here with Brook for the live eviction coverage, which we will go into later. That will be a very, very fun episode. We are. We'll also be here.
There are 2 good outcomes and 1 outcome that will make me cry. It better be a good week.
Yeah. We'll also have our lovely live feed unlocked with Lana. See if she can actually unlock anything, or if CBS is randomly going to throw the schedule into hell again. We will also have our Manic Monday recap with Logan, where they will go over the Sunday episode and also veto spoilers and the beginnings of a scramble. And finally, I will be here every single Wednesday covering the House not making a goddamn decision even when they're in the jury. But
if you're not already subscribed and you're here, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button down there. It's the same color as our little nameplates. It would be lovely. We are on a mission to try to get 1,000 new subscribers across all of our channels this year. So it'd be lovely if you could help us out with that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jack, with these reheated waffles, how are you feeling?
They're reheated, but like they're a merger of all different types of parts. And honestly, I'm okay with that. Like, we're in a position now to where I'm pretty okay with these waffles because we're never going to have them again, and thank fucking God. And some of them deserve to be thrown out, but we just got to take it with what we can get.
I mean, this is the last week of this type of waffle anyways, because we won't have 3 nominees next week.
Maybe.
The
answer is probably. But unfortunately, I'm very scared that losing that 3rd nominee means that this season is going to take a tailspin.
Yeah.
Because season's already been in tailspin the entire time, Jack.
But yeah, then they're going to take out all my faves and I'm going to feel bad.
Have you watched Survivor Gabon? That is my real question. Yeah. This is literally the most Gabon ending possible. Is the person we want to win gets taken out at 5. And then we have to watch 2 of the biggest goats in the history of Survivor make it to the end with the person nobody likes. And then the 2 goats both get all of the jury votes. That's how this has to end. Okay? Yeah. You should be a 4-3 jury vote with, I don't know, who are the 2 biggest goats left in the cast? Lauren and Kelly have to be the final 2 in order to make this all happen.
Yeah.
And they're going to take out the sugar equivalent of this cast. Who's sugar? Vince. Vince is sugar. So,
and if that happens, I'm coming to your house and shaving your head because you will have cursed us.
And Rachel Riley will get 5th, just like Ken did. There we go.
Okay. So,
Brooke, can I see you over here for a second?
Or you're in New York.
Fucking put that into the universe, you bitch.
This is the bitch that put the Riley HOH in the universe.
Yeah, no, you did do that, unfortunately, Esme. Like, that was your wish upon the world.
It wasn't a wish.
Thankfully, it was robbed, but unfortunately, it led to a different spiral from a different person. So, you know what? I think we just need you to stop manifesting in general.
Well, I did have a winner that's manifested, and we will see if that happens. I did have as I said, that's a Raven vision about a winner this season, but we'll see.
Yeah.
They're still in the game. They're officially in the jury phase, so I'll say that.
So, let's just quickly run through this episode because honestly, it's not that interesting other than for like 1 or 2 notes.
Yep.
So we are simply starting with our 3 nominees on the block being Vince, Mickey, and Morgan. We know that Vince is only up there because Keanu wanted to teach him a lesson about manhood, which, sure,
I learned a lot of lessons about manhood, and I didn't want to be a man anymore, so I don't know what to take from this.
Then we have Mickey, who is up there, honestly, because she's been struggling in the house to make any sort of decent connection, and everyone just is kind of like, we can get rid of her, and it's no really big deal. And then there is Morgan, who is a stopgap for Keanu really getting to be close to Vince anymore, and basically is the reason that Vince doesn't have as close of a connection. Also, Morgan is Vince's reason for everything going wrong in the house. Literally, he could fall down the stairs and blame Morgan. So that's where we're at. We have Ava and Ashley fucking praise dancing in the bathroom. Like, why aren't we on the block? We should be. What the fuck? Which is glorious.
Mm-hmm.
We have Rachel happy with Keanu not betraying her, which is a consistent thing. And we have Mickey thinking that everyone will use the veto on her because she's in such a good position in the house. None of this is true.
You know what button we really need on this podcast?
What the fuck, Mickey?
No, we don't need that button. We need the Jinx Monsoon delusion button. The delusion. Convince yourself. That button. Look, I'm not going to say what the fuck, Mickey. I'm just going to say, from her perspective, people keep on trying to take her out, but they haven't had the opportunity to deliver on it yet because she keeps winning, right? So from her perspective, it may not look like she's in trouble. And honestly, she's one blockbuster comp away from making it to the jury. So, I mean, something's going right, I guess. Maybe. No.
There's no reason why Mickey should still be here, but she just is. Honestly, same with like half the people in this house. So.
Kelly, Lauren, Keanu. Let's see who else is furniture in this house. Kelly, Lauren, Keanu, Mickey, Vince. None of these people should still be in the damn house.
Vince isn't furniture. He's an actively on fire trash can.
Which is still furniture.
It is, but it's actively harmful. Versus just like, yeah, I mean, I guess.
I mean, look, Lauren's an ottoman because people keep on putting whatever they want on her and she doesn't really say anything about it.
Yeah.
Kelly's a nightstand where she's only relevant one time a week and that's about it. Keanu is that mattress you've been meaning to throw out, but you keep on forgetting to do it. And like you don't have the time to go to the mattress store. And it's on the floor. It's not a frame. It's just on the floor. And you keep on forgetting to go to the mattress store to go buy a new mattress. And you don't really care what size it is. You just need to get rid of the mattress. And then Vince says, as Jack said, a flaming trash can fire.
Yeah.
Okay. So we quickly get just some flashes of recognition. Vince and Morgan both immediately go, Morgan is probably the target here, right? Right. Great. So we need to make sure Morgan is off the block on all chances. And Morgan just kind of like shows to Keanu through like conversation like, hey, I'm really annoyed that you put me and Vince up together. Like, that's my best friend in the house.
That's your best friend. Sorry.
You know, the man who like rubs my arm to wake me up and is like, no, babe, wake up. Wake up. By the way, Vinny has a girlfriend. Just mildly relevant to this at all.
It's brought up in this episode.
Just slightly.
Can we just say, though, if we went through every single man that has been on this show while in a relationship that got into a showmance, it would take a minute to figure out everybody.
It would.
Yeah.
Like, I don't condone it, obviously. But, like, at the same time, he ain't the only one that's done it, and people are acting like he's the spawn of Satan. And I vividly remember when a Big Brother 17 was going on and Austin was doing the same stuff. Nobody said a damn thing outside of the people that were like, oh, but Austin has that girlfriend. There's like 5 people on Twitter. Like, nobody cared, and they only care because they're trying to find other things to go after Vince for. If you want to go after Vince, go after him being terrible television. Because he's terrible television. Go after him for that. But go after him for being the single most pathetic player I have ever seen in Big Brother. And not pathetic meaning bad. Pathetic meaning the literal definition of pathetic.
You mean the man who's been basically whining his way through the game isn't a pathetic man?
You remember when Greg got voted out of Survivor Borneo, how he like cried his way to getting his torch snuffed? Like it was a joke, like very clearly not real. Vince is that, but like as a game player, he is that 20 seconds of Greg in Borneo. Only it's real, and it's been going on for 8 fucking weeks.
It's going on 24/7.
Yeah. Literally, if you turn on the live feeds right now, Vince will be complaining about something and being like, "Oh, my game, it's so sad. I really screwed it up." It's genuinely painful. Speaking of, we get a fun little filler segment of Rachel going through all of the ways to work out in the house, which my personal favorite is her being, yeah, you can test your endurance by listening to how long you can talk to Lauren.
Ooh.
Which, yes, we've been aware. And I am so happy that at least Rachel is realizing it.
Yeah.
So we begin to see Keanu go, hey, look, Vince has learned his lesson. He's on the block. He feels sad now. Now I can take him off the block.
My divine punishment against Vince.
Yeah. Now he's okay to go. Like, I'm going to take him off the block as quickly as possible here. Like, let me go talk to Kelly, make sure she's on board.
Kelly doesn't really want that to happen because Kelly doesn't trust Vince because Vince keeps fucking going back on every word that he has ever said to Kelly into half of this house. So why should Kelly trust him?
Yeah. I mean, look, Kelly didn't go on the block for a couple weeks. Vince gets HOH. What happens? Kelly immediately back on the block.
Yep.
And for what purpose? What was the reason?
What was the reason?
Literally. Again, I'm not going to go out here and say I want Kelly to do well, but I get her logic on this one. I wouldn't trust Vince after all the crap he's pulled on her.
Yo.
But, like, the thing that really irritates me is the damn veto draw sucked. It was so bad.
Genuinely horrendous.
Yeah, it made me angry. The most anger I have felt in a hot minute at a veto draw.
We saw this veto. We saw the results of the veto draw and went, wow, that sucks. But, I mean, pure luck, you know what? It's fine. It's late into the game.
No, it's not fine. It is not fine. It's not right.
Fine.
It's not okay.
It was like, you know what? Maybe if it's pure luck, it still sucks. But, like, hey, it's okay. No, Keanu actually had a hand in it. It was...
Me at this video.
Yeah, fair.
Like, I just literally, we get the three people that are competing, the three nominees, we get Keanu, and then fucking Lauren and Kelly. Not even an interesting will pick. Not even like a funny little, like, I don't know, who'd be funny, like an Ava. We get
or a Will,
the literal,
or like a
Rachel, or an Ashley, or anybody that was important to be here. No. We get literally the two most annoying people that could have been picked for this damn veto. Because they're both going to use it on Vince. Because I love Vince. Even though Kelly literally told Keanu like 5 minutes ago she didn't want to use it on Vince. Second she gets picked for the veto. If I win, I'm going to use the veto on Vince.
So Vince has a 4 and 6 shot of winning the damn veto.
Yeah.
Or getting the veto used on him.
And also in specific... You know, just Keanu picked Kelly. Like, we didn't even get Kelly blind drawn. No, it was Keanu's choice. So...
And the thing that made it even worse was he literally, like... Rachel was so angry by that. Like, you could see it on her face. Rachel is good at a lot of things, but she's not the best poker player.
She does not have the best poker face.
And watching her react to that, she's like, oh, shit. Fuck this man. I was fuming for her. I would have been pissed, too.
Mm-hmm.
But Great. Vince basically has a 2-3 shot of coming off the block, which means Keanu's little punishment will go unnoticed and whatever. We're going to have a really boring week with Morgan, Mickey, Ashley up. Sure. So basically, everyone just goes, okay, how can I make sure that Keanu is back on my side? Rachel brings him a fucking muffin because, of course, Ashley and Ava go, I mean, it's one of us and we just have to pray that things don't go right. And Rachel pitches Lauren to Keanu, which Keanu promptly ignores.
Yeah.
She had to try something. I mean, look, this whole situation was just fucking annoying. Like, this is also why I hate the veto players being chosen randomly. Like, and granted, I understand why, because it would make the week even more boring if not. But I wish it was, like, a little bit more fun every time, and we didn't have to worry about, well, it doesn't really matter who wins the veto, because it's going to get used. Literally every person.
What would your solution be, though? Because, like, if it's not random,
I don't know. Maybe make it 7 people competing in the veto. Or something. I don't know. Because especially with the 3 nominees competing, it does feel a little bit less favored to the people who aren't on the block at the beginning. It makes backdooring people easier, is my big problem. I think maybe you do pull a Big Brother Canada that don't let the HOH play in the veto comp. And
especially if it's the 3 nominees, it's still have it be 6 people, but have the HOH not be able to play.
Yeah, have the HOH not compete, and then have each of the nominees pick a person out of the bag. I think that would make this, at least during the blockbuster portion of the season, I think it would make it better. I don't know if it would fix
the blockbuster's over. The HOH can compete in the veto again.
Exactly, the HOH competes in the veto again, then everybody picks someone out of the bag because there's one less person on the block. Because like the idea, it's just frustrating for me. Is all. And, like, I get the idea is, like, oh, well, the HOH can win the veto and they have all the power that week. But, like, they already kind of do. The veto is, like, the only even remote check on the HOH in the entire game of Big Brother.
But then they can, like, even if it doesn't go their way, they can skirt around that if they're a good player. I mean, these players aren't good, but that's neither here nor there.
Am I wrong for saying I think the veto's been used all but 1 week this season?
I think it has.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it was like week 4, week 5, the veto didn't get used. But like,
yeah, it was week 5 when Keanu, Vince, and Zach were on the block, and Catherine won the veto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's the only time the veto hasn't been used this season. And I'm like, and also we got to remember the veto got used every week in Big Brother 26. Every week. And that's going to happen when you have half of the people competing in the competition being nominees automatically. And then also, if the HOH is trying to backdoor somebody, you're just increasing the odds that the veto is going to get used. And I get that makes for good television. But sometimes you don't need to make good television at the sacrifice.
I mean, there's only been 1 week.
One big problem.
There's only been one time this season where a nominee, where in week 6 where Lauren won the veto and saved Vince. Every other week, a nominee has won the veto and saved themselves.
Yeah,
exactly. Which again, I don't mind that. I think that's cool and part of the game, like whatever. But especially in the time period of the blockbuster, I think we need to either not let the HOH compete in the veto or let the veto be 7 people for those rounds. I think it just makes the game better.
It probably does. I mean, honestly, the option probably is best to just not let the HOH compete because already we're having 3 nominees compete anyway. More than likely, someone is coming off the block. The HOH having a little bit of control to say no is not really doing much. It hasn't done much all season. Granted, that's just the comps we've had. So, really quick, might as well just go through our lovely veto, which, of course, is presented by Angela.
Yay!
The exact person we needed. the exact person we needed in this house because we didn't need more chaos.
Yes, we
But
did.
He comes dressed out in like Corey King in the Nailed It runway.
You know, I saw something. I mentioned it on Monday, but apparently Angela did not know Lauren's name, which I find hysterical.
Yeah.
yeah.
Peak queen icon.
So simply put, this is the candy stacking veto, the basically any type of veto stacking that we've seen before. But with the catch that after a predetermined amount of time, everyone's towers are forcibly knocked down. And the goal is to stack up all 35 pieces
Before
by the time that
the Angela face comes and knocks on your charcuterie board.
Yeah, the Angela attackers, because sure, they just took her comic face and was like, we'll put it on the fucking wall.
Mm-hmm.
But get all 35 pieces up before Angela can attack your tower, you win. Otherwise, keep going. You'll gradually get more time to stack your tower as the game goes on, aka we don't want this taking all night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, this is very nice. There is nothing interesting to talk about with this competition.
Not really.
Mickey gets close a couple times.
Kelly gets close.
Unsurprisingly, Lauren and Kelly never get close.
Kelly did. Kelly got like 30 up.
Oh, yeah.
And then they all fell.
Yeah, but that's it. But at the end of the competition, probably after like an hour of competing, we do in fact have the winner of the POV. And nothing changes because once again, probably one of the primary targets takes himself. No, the primary target takes himself off. Morgan wins the veto and is immediately going to be like, yeah, no, I'm taking myself off. Are you kidding me?
Cinema.
Oh my god. It is.
Okay. Can I say? Can I just say? I when I heard Morgan won the veto, because we found out before the episode today, obviously. When I heard Morgan won the veto, I went, "Oh, really? You don't say?" Because that's what's been happening all season. We are 6 for 8 on the primary target, or one of the primary targets, winning the veto every damn week. Or in the case of week 2,
people don't know what a backdoor is.
Yeah, literally. Ashley was the primary target in week 1, wins the veto. Keanu is the primary target in week 2. Casey wins the veto for him. Keanu week 3. Keanu week 4. Which Keanu wasn't the primary target in week 4, but he was the backup target. So, you know. Lauren wins it and takes Vince off the block, which wasn't the target, but sure. Mickey, primary target in week 7, wins the veto. Morgan, primary target in week 8, wins the veto.
We are back to the same insane bullshit. But we do have an attempt at making Morgan fuck up and not use the veto on herself. And
fuck
I will say this,
these men, fuck all of this energy.
The idea behind this is at least interesting. It's basically going, hey, Keanu going, hey, I'm probably going to put Ashley up, but if you just save Vince and do what I want, I'll put up Lauren. With the asterisk that, no, this is not actually going to happen, and this should never be entertained.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. Unfortunately,
you know how we just called Vince pathetic about 10 minutes ago? This might be the single most pathetic thing I think I have ever witnessed in my entire life on Big Brother. And I know you may not think of it as that. This read to me like, girl that I'm flirting with even though I have a girlfriend. will you please use your veto on me so I don't have to worry about going home on Thursday? I'd really appreciate it. He's like, you're in such a good place in the house, and everybody wants to keep you. Nobody wants to keep me.
Well, maybe do something about that, Vince.
Maybe do something about that. Maybe don't torture your own game on both of your damn HOHs. Maybe don't constantly do this to yourself.
Flammed, bamboozled, and hoodwinked.
You don't flim, bamboozle, and hoodwink all of your damn allies time and time again on both sides of the house to the point where none of them really see you as a long-term ally at this point when you have broken bridges with everyone. The only person who has continued to have your back time and time and time again is
the person you're asking to use the veto on you and put herself in danger.
Yes. So in this case, I'm going to have to just say this to Vince, like, quite frankly, I need this man to go home tomorrow night. I don't give a damn how it happens. If Mickey has to win the blockbuster and he's on the block next to Ashley, send him to the fucking house. I cannot deal with it anymore.
Send him back home.
Send him out. I don't care where he ends up. I just don't want him in the Big Brother house anymore. It's a short drive up the coast of California. Okay? Go. I cannot deal. Like, okay, Mortician has summed up everything I wanted to say. This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, incredibly embarrassing. This is the most pathetic I have ever seen someone behave on Big Brother in terms of their gameplay. And again, I don't mean pathetic as though, oh, you're a terrible person. I literally mean you are acting pathetic. And that is icky television. Icky. And I get you're trying to save your game. You're trying to put yourself in the position to stay this week. Your closest ally won the veto. You have a blockbuster on Thursday. Win that. And if not, politic. That's what this whole thing is. This is your fault that you ended up on the block in the first place. You have every opportunity to win not only the veto, but also have a better relationship with Keanu going into this week and tell him point blank that you're going to put up Catherine instead of being waffle, indecisive as fuck last week when you were HOH and not making up your damn mind until 40 minutes before you went downstairs.
Right.
He wouldn't care if you were straight up with him. He'd be irritated and he'd be like, why? But he would get it.
Yeah.
So, like, and I think the only reason I'm not saying the same shit about Lauren is because as much as I don't care for Lauren, she's not
relevant enough to care.
It's not even that she's not relevant enough. She's literally not making excuses for her indecisiveness. She's just saying she doesn't think she's that indecisive, which she's wrong. But like, this is literally the most I have ever like pulled my hair out at a house guest. There have been people I hate 10 times more than Vince. I think Vince is at least a decent person most of the time. Right? Minus the whole cheating thing. I don't like that. But again, people have done worse. But and he's not even the person I dislike the most on this cast.
No.
But from a game perspective,
the person I dislike the most on the cast isn't in the house anymore. So, and I didn't even get to talk about that week, and I'm pissed.
Oh, which one?
Which one?
I didn't hear what you said, Diva. I zoned out for like 5 seconds.
I said Miley's favorite person isn't in the house anymore, and I don't.
Oh, the Riley eviction party
that week.
The Riley eviction party.
Yeah,
we had a great time. I was on the side of the road because I got a flat tire.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
and that was of course the week I missed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but screw this man. Get a backbone. What's the quote from that girl in Big Brother 9? Get a backbone in this game. You're acting like a baby. Jack, you are so muted, Diva. You are so muted.
Thank you. We attempt to get this man throwing together a plan, and it is just... Morgan does consider it for about 2 seconds before going, wait, no, this would be really dumb. Let me not do that. Because clearly, Morgan has more than 2 active brain cells and is like,
Neurons
They're trying
activated.
to play me. Let me not do that. And basically shocking no one.
Because, Zach, if you're listening, if you have the opportunity to save yourself with a veto or something, you should take it.
You should probably take it.
Zach.
But with that said, we do get to the veto ceremony, and unsurprisingly, Morgan takes herself off the block, and up in her place goes not Ava, not Lauren, but completely shockingly, Ashley.
Boo! Boo! Say it with me, house guests. How dare you?
Yeah, and the worst part is Keanu thinks this is some massive move and he's going to get this. No. Basically, Lauren is never going home. Everyone will be looking at Mickey or Vince to send home here. Ashley will never be going home, and all Keanu has done is just actively piss off both Ashley and, as Ashley mentioned, hey, you take a shot at me, you're taking an active shot at Rachel. We do, however, get a lovely little, very much rehearsed speech from Ashley, just like, God, it took you 7 weeks to do this. Jesus, like, you at least you put on shoes this time. You have the whole link.
I don't have the whole clip because I cannot do the whole clip due to copyright possibilities. But I do have two very important clips that will now be featuring as sound clips on the channel, which include...
Are you done?
Oh, I'm done when I say I'm done.
Are you
Don't
done?
talk to me like that. You
And then, of course...
what a failure there. And
Basically, Ashley just nails into this man for a minute and a half until Keanu is like, are you done? Are you done? And even then, no. The answer just outright is no.
Well, she didn't finish reading off the script she wrote before the veto meeting, so she wasn't done yet. Because this, as much as I love her, this felt very scripted. This felt very rehearsed.
This was so scripted. This was more
This is
scripted
giving
than
budget, Mama.
Jimmy's.
This is giving budget.
No. Mm-mm. Don't go that far. Jimmy literally practiced how he was going to throw his sunglasses for like an hour.
Well, it sounded like
That's fair.
This was a very.
And also, when I watched it, I was like, I think parts of it were scripted. I don't think all of it was. I think the part of I'm done what I say. I'm done, like that part. Yes, Mortician. Yes. If we haven't made it abundantly clear, this podcast is an Ashley Hollis stan podcast, and therefore we will be repping our girl for the whole season. I don't give a damn. Also, because Ashley's on my draft team, and I feel like I have to rep her either way, which I would either way. I love Ashley, but also, isn't it great that there's a very
draft team?
Isn't it great that we're both probably going into the draft with a full draft team? Into the draft.
Well, I 100% am.
Yeah, and the only way I don't is if Ashley goes home.
Yeah, so I mean, I am. Let's see what happens with you.
She ain't gone.
I mean, at this point, I'll have to check really quick, but we'll go over it at the end. But like, who
At this
isn't
point, I
going?
think the only
Okay,
man
and
that
no one is out. No one is out going
Nope.
into this eviction.
Out. I lost Jimmy.
If Vince
really
goes
early.
home, Logan lost both of his people back to back. And then who drafted Mickey?
Mickey was drafted by Kamorian, so Kamorian could actually go out.
Yeah, either Logan or Kamorian goes out, or everyone will have one person going into the jury except for Esme, who will have two.
And it's because Esme has fucking Will and Keanu.
You picked the right two men this season, Esme.
I kind of want Vince to go, just so I will have picked the only two men that made the jury phase, and I think that would be really funny. If
I don't want Vince to go for that. I want Vince to go for every other reason possible.
No, I do too, but I think it would even be funnier a little cherry on top of everything, if, preseason, I picked the only 2 men that made jury.
Mhm.
And let's see if I could do that again next season. Any man I pick is the only man that make jury.
Genuinely, it is a shock that we are now basically looking at jury and it's like, okay, so we have a week 1 target, a week 2, 3, 4 target, a week 5, 6, like basically the main targets for like almost all of the weeks of the game are still in the house and probably going to make jury. Because of course they are. I love the blockbuster.
Yeah.
But that basically is where our episodes cap out and where our live feed spoilers begin. So with that said, if you do not want to hear any live feed spoilers, I'd like to thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Please feel free to grab your mini charcuterie board on the way out. And you know what? Go enjoy your night.
As long as you're not a have-not, in which case...
As long as you're not a have-not, yeah.
Sorry. So you have until the drum roll ends to get out of here. Bye.
It shouldn't be this close. It really shouldn't be this close. It's actually infuriating that multiple scenarios are this close.
Multiple what, Jack?
Multiple
Scenarios.
Thank you. Yeah. So, this week is a weird train wreck, and this is nearly pre-jury shit. So here's the thing. Everyone is basically looking at this as a 2-horse race, with Ashley being pretty much safe, but at the same time,
There's
Ava
scenarios.
There's a lot of options here. But before we go ahead and get into that, Brooke, I know you definitely talked about some interesting events that happened between Monday to Wednesday. You are muted.
Yeah.
Where do you want me to start?
Let's start as early as possible on Monday.
So, we got the veto ceremony on Monday. If you want our thoughts on the actual immediate reaction after the veto ceremony, go watch the Monday episode. It is all in there. The immediate reaction that everybody in the house had was, okay. Ashley's on the block. She's not going. We're not it was literally the judges, sans Vince, got together. We're keeping Ashley. That's just the way it is. Although Morgan did make it clear if Vince was on the block, she was figuring things out.
Yeah.
But also we have Ava, Mickey, Will, and Rachel that have all said if she is on the block next to Vince, Vince is going home. And the 4 of them have agreed upon it. And then the same agreement was made if Vince wins the blockbuster and Ashley's on the block next to Mickey, Vince and Morgan and Rachel and Will and Ava are all voting out Mickey and they don't care. So I'm like, great. Ashley's safe. Ashley's good to go. Everything's fine. And it did seem like if Mickey and Vince were on the block together, it was going to be unanimous for Mickey to go home at the time. And then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Oh dear God. Jack, are you up to date with the current vote counts?
I am up to date. It is very much 2 sides of we have Rachel, Ashley, and Will wanting to do one thing. We have Morgan, Kelly, and Lauren kind of wanting to do a different thing. And then Ava is a full swing deciding who goes unless Vince wins the blockbuster.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if Vince wins the blockbuster, Mickey is going home almost unanimously. That has not changed. That will be unlikely to change. And
Yep.
I say that now, knowing in full confidence that we have said blah 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 is unlikely to change, and then it has changed.
And then it changes. Yeah.
And then it
Yeah.
changes, because
This
of
has not
course.
changed at all. This has been the exact same people saying the exact same thing. Every single person in this house has said, note the motorcycle, that if
Vroom, vroom.
Mickey is on the block next to Ashley, Mickey is gone.
Yes.
No one has deterred from that. Then we find out that Morgan has decided that she would rather keep Vince. And obviously Lauren and Kelly would rather keep Vince as well. So then it's now 3-3 in both scenarios if Vince is on the block. Rachel, Will, and Ashley have decided that if Ashley wins the blockbuster, they're getting Vince out while they can.
Yeah.
And it does seem like if Mickey were to win the blockbuster, she is in that camp as well. So there's that. But it doesn't matter which one of Mickey or Ashley wins the blockbuster, because at this point, the vote entirely hinges on Ava. Ava has told Rachel's side that she will vote to keep Ashley if Mickey wins the blockbuster. So it does seem like Vince would go home if Mickey wins the blockbuster. If Ashley wins the blockbuster, on the other hand, Ava has not committed to anything to anyone. She has told different things to the camera at different times in the past 2 days. As of right now, it does seem, and this is based on the last time I checked, which was a couple hours ago, that if Ashley were to win the blockbuster, it does seem like Mickey will still be going home. Because Rachel, Will, and Ashley don't really feel like sticking their neck out that far for Mickey compared to keeping Vince and keeping the other side of the house relatively satiated for a week. I think Mickey has kind of outlived her usefulness, and quite honestly, they're not wrong.
Yeah.
But it has been a very interesting week on that front. The other thing I would like to talk about, though, which I am sad that I have to talk about it, but it is something that did happen yesterday on the feeds. I don't want to say what Kelly said because it made me really uncomfy. And
I missed this. Oh God.
This comment.
So Kelly is talking to Lauren, I believe, about the scenario of Mickey and Ashley being on the block together if Vince wins the blockbuster, about what they're going to do. And again, the general consensus is that Mickey's going home. No one's really debating there. On that side of the house, at least. But she's literally says, she says basically something to the effect of, I want to vote them both out, but I would rather Mickey go home first. But these monkeys, right? Now, from what I have been told, that was when when she said that, Ava had opened the door to the bathroom and was coming down the thing, right? And there are monkey lamps, like actual monkey lamps, in the bathroom, right? And it was her way of immediately trying to cover up the fact that she's having a game conversation as Ava comes into the room. Now, I don't know if that's entirely true, to be quite honest with you. All I can say is, if that was what she was doing, okay, it's problematic still, but okay. If that wasn't what you are doing, get the fuck out of this house.
Yeah.
Don't need that shit. We have seen far too many racist assholes on the show. I don't need another one. And I didn't want to have this uncomfortable conversation again, because we've had to have it so many times.
I will say, it was probably just about the lamps, but have some self-awareness. Look,
it just is like, if this was accidental in terms of hey, we need to shift the conversation. Wrong shift. Maybe there's some unintentional stuff there that just made you go, okay, let me just jump to something in this room to talk about, and it's unfortunate that you landed on that.
Mm-hmm.
But what can you do at this point? And just look at it and go, fine, sure.
And the thing that made it even worse was actually, I'm going to blame this one a little bit on Skippy, immediately cuts the feeds right after it happens.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything after it. So all we get is now we have to try to fill in the gaps of the conversation here as best as we can, which again, not condoning shit ever, right? But we don't know what the context of what she was trying to get at was. But at bare minimum, it's at least problematic. Yeah, I would agree with Morticia here.
Yeah, no. Simply put, it's not great. And I am going to leave that kind of speculation up to other people because I want you to look at me and tell me if I should be speculating on that.
The people that should be speculating on that are Lana and I guess.
And Kamorian when they show up.
Yep. But
I'm not going into more detail than that. That's just what has been shared on the feeds. I will tell you, I have seen the discourse online. It's been about what you would expect of some people being like, that's obviously not what she meant, and other people being like, okay, whatever. And then other people being like, that's...
I don't think it's what she meant, but I don't think it was the right phrasing. I think she should have sat there for a second. Or, this is just, I'm gonna get a little... Okay, let's talk about it. I think giving her benefit of the doubt, it was probably just coming from a place of like sheer ignorance that she wasn't really thinking about that in that sentence. While she was sitting in the bathroom, she looked around, saw that it was absolutely the wrong fucking word to use in that sentence. I don't think it was like a Floridian. I don't think it was like a slip. A Floridian slip or whatever the fuck the word is. I think I said Floridian, but that is a statement.
Floridian slip. It's a little dress you wear when you're in Florida. A Floridian slip.
Honestly, great drag name. Floridian slip.
You ain't actually. Esme. Next season of Big Brother of Drag Race Sims, Floridian slip.
Yeah. She falls on the runway. Every time.
Exactly. Floridian slip, and then the Floridian slip and fall. I'm down.
Anyways, getting back, railing this train back on track. I don't want to think the worst in anybody, that she was meaning this in that sort of scenario, in that sort of way. And I think if she was, and maybe she got a warning. I wouldn't be surprised if she got called into the DR because of this. But last we have heard, we have not seen her say that she did, which is typically what will happen whenever they get a warning is they're like, yeah, I got a warning for XYZ. So to our knowledge, she hasn't. But again, this is a production thing. Can you all not cut the feeds right then when that's happening? Because it would have been better to at least give us the context. Yeah.
As to what the next 5 words out of her mouth were.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not trying to excuse her, but like, can we not cut the feeds? Because that's one of the things I'm going to give them props for in Big Brother 25. They handled that shit as good as they possibly could. Yeah. Man says the N-word on feeds. They keep the cameras on that conversation for a good 3 or 4 more minutes until the conversation just kind of dies. And then feeds blackout. He gets ejected. We move on.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we would have that same energy for things that are more ambiguous, as opposed to literally saying a racial slur in the Big Brother house.
Yeah.
Because at that point, they should just be taken out of the game. This is something a little bit more up in the air because it is. Were they just saying this? Was Kelly just saying this because she wanted to change the topic and didn't think, oh, these pillows,
Mm-hmm.
or these basket of apples,
Yeah.
these pineapples, like.
There's a lot of things that you can speculate about it. Simply put.
And the issue is that Big Brother is giving us too much to speculate about because they didn't let it sit. And I do understand not wanting to let it sit in the same breath of we want to get away from this but in the same scenario, it's like two sides of the same coin. Do you want to sit on this conversation longer and piss more people off, or do you cut away from it, deal with it, and then come back?
This is honestly why I think they probably, if they don't already have it, they probably just need like a minute delay on feeds. That way, if something like this comes up, they can, in like the 60-second period they have, just kind of like swap around it or cut it there. Unfortunately, this is what's going to happen every single time. So
I actually don't know if I would want that, because then with the Kyle situation, they could have just cut around that and kept him.
Yeah, that's fair. That's actually fairer. Yeah.
And they easily could have just kept him in the game. I mean, I don't know how Heisem and Corey would have reacted to that.
I don't think there was a way. There were too many people in that room for it not to just be like, hey.
Are we talking about the Luke situation or the Kyle situation?
I meant the Luke, sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. Again, the fact that we have to distinguish as to which moment of racism we are talking about in Big Brother.
I'm sorry. I got the two white men with the 4-letter names confused. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
One of them were
I mean, they share 3 of the 4 letters anyway. So, like,
And again, the fact that we are having to distinguish which moment of racism we are talking about in the Big Brother house.
And we're not talking about the whole season like BB15.
We can talk about Big Brother 15. We can talk about Big Brother 16 and some of the crap that was thrown at Amber. We can talk about Big Brother 21 and the crap that was said about Kemi.
We can talk about
Big Brother 22 and the things that
we can talk about the season Dominique was on.
Yeah, when literally someone did blackface on Big Brother 19 and we don't talk about it. Like, I'm sorry. We need to just... I feel like, and again, I'm not trying to say anything beyond this. I really feel like we need to take a better look at the people that are coming into this house before we start the show. Because we know they don't do a good job of that. Y'all remember when Marvin got cast for Big Brother and they literally had to remove him because he was on the circle?
We remember when Tommy and Christy got cast together when they have a one-person relation. This is a basic Facebook check to see if they have any Facebook friends that are the same.
And it wasn't planned.
It
there was another connection too between P2 on that season as well.
Cat and Holly, yeah. And again, now, originally, from what I thought, was that maybe it was like an abandoned casting choice of like...
It probably was.
People that are like somehow close, but aren't like super close or something like that. Or like they just know each other. Someone you already know someone in the house. Because
they do mention
Jackson and Ovi both went to UT at the same time. And Ovi was the student body president. So Jackson knew of Ovi coming into the house as well. Right? But the fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter. That is among one of the most minimal things we could be checking going into the house. Can we not just, like, have a decently long conversation with these people and just see how they behave?
And the thing is, like, I know
in the finals, you can set aside
and whatnot. But the issue
you
with
can set
those
aside 45 minutes during the final auditions, right? 45 minutes each. For each contestant, just having a conversation with them. Don't talk about the game. You already know what their approach to the game is and what they're going to bring to the game. Just talk to them. If you have 40 people in your finals, if you have 50 people in your finals, pull 45 minutes each. It's not even going to take you one full-time employee for an entire week to do this.
And they're not going to do it with like one employee. No, it'd be like 5 people, probably over a course of a day. But
Exactly.
But yes, there's a lot of issues. We've gotten better at the very least, but there's still a lot of growth for the casting team, and they should be learning a lot from things we've seen this season. But with that said, unless anyone else has anything interesting to mention, any last minute tidbits.
I know Logan wanted to talk about. Logan isn't here, but Logan wanted to talk about Sandwichgate.
Yes, Sandwichgate. Now, I have to look this back up because, as I've mentioned, I have been busy all day. So I don't exactly know what's been going on with that in particular. But, Brooke, any ideas?
I'll keep it 100. This was the most irrelevant part of my live feed watching this week. I am like vaguely aware of what occurred. I cannot give you the broad strokes beyond that. Sandwiches were taken, and that is about all I know.
So let me give you the broad strokes. I had a costume change ready for this when Logan was supposed to be here, but we're just gonna stick with it. Do you like the wig?
You ate.
So, God, I look horrible.
You unfortunately look like Angela pre-makeup.
Oh,
I'm gonna go.
Oh,
Bye, Jack.
I look
threatening.
I look like a frazzled mom of 4 dogs.
Angela.
Let me fix the fucking gnarly. My aunt gave me this wig. Thanks.
I'm not gonna say anything about your aunt, especially not when it's recorded.
Ooh.
Smart then.
Okay. I cannot think of
You just keep looking at yourself and you're like, what the fuck?
Okay. So from what I know about Sandwichgate is Morgan is making a sandwich in the kitchen, like one of her nice big bagel sandwiches. Keanu basically walks up and goes, "Oh, that looks good. Can you make me one?" And Morgan says yes. And she's making the sandwich, and at some point Mickey comes in. And Mickey goes, "Oh, who are you making this sandwich for?" And she says, "Oh, I'm making it for Keanu." And she goes, "Mm-hmm." Mickey gets fucking all worked up because she's making a sandwich for Keanu, thinking, "Oh, she's working Keanu now." Why is she making him a sandwich? What's going on here? Are they working together? Did they have a final 2? What's going on here? Because you're making him a sandwich. Brings it to Will. Will's like, Will just, agrees because that's what Will does. Will doesn't really give a shit about the sandwich, thinks that's nothing because
there's nothing to give a shit about.
There's nothing to give a shit about. She just made him a sandwich.
Yeah.
Girl, if I had a nickel for every time that people in this house cook for other people or make food for other people, there's usually like 3 or 4 people who cook, and that's about it. Like, that is the regular occurrence in the Big Brother house.
Yeah. At least she's not putting glitter in it.
Yeah. I mean, we did also see earlier this episode just like Rachel making another muffin for Keanu because, of course, we just needed that today.
The Lisa shout out.
Unfortunately, that wig very much looks like Lisa, and now I can't unsee that. And
I just want to put glitter in everybody's food. I want to start a dance party.
Did you say, would you like some edible glitter?
Would you like... Would you like some edible glitter?
Oh, it's Susan from the breast.
Mom!
Not you getting dragged by your own mother.
And by mortician.
Do you not like
That wig
it?
is something. Thank you, Morticia.
It really is. It's
My personal
unhinged.
This is. Ooh.
But
Don't call me a twit. Well, you are one.
I look like Anna with Torn Ozempic. Like, what is going on here? This is like Dora the Explorer. This is DW.
as much as I want to keep this bit going, I literally think we're just going to be vamping on this for about 30 minutes and nothing else is going to happen. So I am probably going to call it for the night.
Okay, before we do, Divas, who do we want to go home this week? Why is it Vince? That is the only correct answer.
I turned it around. Is this
it's
better?
fine. Oh my god.
That does look better, actually.
Bring it backwards.
No.
What's that one
roller coaster crash victim?
There's a movie I'm thinking of right now, and I cannot place it. Oh, okay. Have you seen the original Friday the 13th with Pamela Voorhees?
I look like Freddy Krueger
Yes.
tried to do my hair.
My response.
Yeah.
Okay.
As we're saying, let's continue. Let's be professional here.
So we're all in agreement that Vince needs to go.
Yes.
Right now, who has the best chance at winning this game?
Will. 1000% will.
Yeah.
Yeah. It probably is Will, as long as he can pitch the case. Rachel, I feel like if she can get there, also probably has a good case. Keanu, I swear to God, should not have a shot, and yet he does.
He does.
Okay, literally the only way Keanu can win this season is if he is sitting next to Kelly or Lauren. He cannot beat anybody else that has a realistic shot of making it to the end. And I'll tell you right now, I don't even think Lauren has a realistic shot of making it to the end. I think someone on Rachel's side is going to win an HOH. They're going to put up Keanu and Lauren to try to take the shot at them both. Keanu's going to win the veto. Kelly's going to go up, and then they're going to evict Lauren instead of Kelly. That is exactly what will happen. And I will laugh my ass off. It'll be funny. Ha-ha.
It will.
I will note that realistically, we are having a trio and a trio, and then kind of like two people in the middle, and then kind of like, I don't know, some weird balance between Mickey and Morgan and Vince. Like, there's a very weird base in the house right now of like a lot of like trios, but not really, and then people right in the middle. So I am ready to see what the hell goes on during this
If Ashley stays this week, Vince, Ashley, Will, and Mickey will be in the best position at the start of the jury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Assuming that Vince goes home, because that would be the best way for them both to stay. Would be the only way they both stay. I also think that Mickey is going to put up Keanu and probably Kelly if she wins HOH, so I think she would be on their side. And I think Ava, honestly, is going to throw the next HOH no matter what, because she knows she's not going to go to the block. She doesn't got anything to worry about.
Yeah.
So, and if she wins, she'll put up Keanu and somebody random that won't go home. And everything will be fine. She'll probably put up Keanu and Mickey, and it'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Lord or Kelly or Vince, if he stays, need to win this HOH in order to stay off the block, pretty much. And they're not gonna, so I don't care.
Yeah. Note to self, don't get this haircut.
I don't recommend it. But with that said, thank you both for being here tonight on a very kind of like just kind of predictable episode. It was nice to feel like I was going insane again. So I really do appreciate the both of you for that. But With that said,
to borrow a quote from Mortician, seriously, Esme, that wig needs triage.
basically. But I say we go on and get out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, either if you've been watching this live or you watch it on your own time. Thank you so much. The subscribe button is right below if you like any sort of Survivor, Amazing Race, Big Brother content. We're getting some news shows up here and on the Patreon very soon. I think we have 3 projects that are pitched and we're slowly working on.
Keep an eye out
Esme
for a
has a
project
hat.
that I believe only Jack and I will be a part of at the moment.
Yeah.
Esme, is that like a God, who wore that hat? Is it Brianna? Did Brianna wear that hat that one time?
Hello, Dubai.
Jack's
Jesus Christ.
Jack.
If you like any sort of drag, WWE, or ESC content, we have links for that in the description below. I'm just trying not to look at my screen right now because I know it's only going to get worse.
Jack, keep talking.
Keep going.
Feel free to follow us below on our audio links as well. That is the best way to catch up with us on the go. And also, you can get your merch at lanagecreations.etsy.com. That link is, in fact, in the description below.
And subscribe.
And subscribe.
Yes. Subscribe.
But with that said, we are going to get out of here for the night from way, 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 way outside the Big Brother house. This has been the Cup TV. Love yourself, only yourself, and maybe a fuck-ass Bob if you've got one. And cheers.
Terrible morning.
Terrible morning.